Section 3.3, example number 3. Again, remember we're using cosine law. We have two forms of the formula. A squared is equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine a. That's if we're finding a side measurement. Or we have cosine a is equal to a squared plus b squared minus c squared over negative 2bc. That's if we're finding an angle. And remember, our last step here is the inverse function of whatever this works out to. Whoops, wrong one. Whatever this works out to as a decimal number, right? To get that angle. And here's our question. A three-pointed star is made up of an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle is a triangle that's got three equal sides, and three congruent isosceles triangles. Congruent means the same. Okay, isosceles means two sides are equal, which means that two angles inside are also equal. Determine the length of each side of the equilateral triangle in this three-pointed star. So we need the length of the equilateral triangles, which means we need this side length. And if we look at the information that we're given, well, we have this angle. We're looking for the side opposite to it, and we have the two sides on either side. Remember, with cosine law, we know we have to use cosine law if we have a triangle that has all three sides, or if we have a triangle that has two sides and the angle between. So we know we have to use cosine law. What are we calculating for? We're calculating for a missing side. So I know the form of my formula is going to be a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine a. I label my triangle, making sure that a goes where I need it to calculate side a. And then b doesn't matter where it goes, b and c. Substitute into my formula. Easy substitutions here. Plus 60 squared minus 2 times 60 times 60 times the cosine of, was it 20 degrees, I believe. Punch those into our handy dandy calculator. Start to simplify. I get 3600 plus 3600 minus 7200 times the cosine of 20. So be careful when you punch that in your calculator. A squared works out to 434.2131303. That's our side length squared. In order to find the side length itself, we have to take the square root. Square root of a squared gives me a. Square root of that gives me 20.837783132, and of course rounded 20.84 to two decimal places, but I think the question says no, the question doesn't say what to round to, so 20.84 centimeters, and we've just found that one.